The girl that I went with, or when was my seat companion, when Dad met me, she says, "Man, he's a good-looking fellow," and he was a good-looking guy. That uniform, but I was such a naive little girl. Man, I thought I knew so much, but I didn't know very much about the world. And
did you have butterflies?
not really.
Really?
I thought I'd found my man, and marriage was marriage, and that's the way it should be. And I did. But let's see, we got there George Washington's birthday, and so we couldn't. The courthouses were closed, so we had to wait till the following day to be married. And so we went and picked out my engagement ring, and I got to choose that, and I thought it was very pretty. Some little diamonds, quite a few little diamonds.
Well, so what was the first ring that he got you?
Engagement. This was my wedding ring.
So you picked out your wedding ring?
Yeah, my wedding ring.
Have you still got that?
No, I had it made.
Oh.
I put my little diamonds all in that big ring that I have now. And then we were married at the Biltmore Chapel, Santa Barbara, and we had a reception.
Who came to the reception? Just the Army buddies?
Army buddies of Daddy's that had been in India with them. Then they took us out to dinner that night, and we had a big dinner, and in fact that might have been at the Mormoni Hotel. And it's beautiful down there, and our room looked right out onto the ocean. You could hear the old waves lap up on the... I had a big pretty cake, and I remember the marriage ceremony. I couldn't say ordinance. I kept saying audiences. I couldn't get it out, so they just let it go.
Audiences. Oh, Mother.
And Dad, they asked us to dance. Of course, Daddy, he didn't dance. And that was another thing. I loved to dance, and Daddy couldn't dance. He said that he used to go to dances with the primary children. He says, all I can remember is putting my arm around those women that had these corsets. He said they just felt so tied in. But he did, and then to one primary dance, he said he couldn't do the two-step, and he was trying to do it. And one girl says, "Well, what was it? If you can't two-step, well, then you can't dance or something." And that just did Dad. So
he vowed he'd never dance again.
Yeah.
So did he dance with you then?
No. But, and I do remember that he wrote my mother and Dad maybe a nice letter from Santa Barbara, and how much my mother appreciated that. That Dad would take the time to write her a letter.
Had your mom talked with you about the facts of life? I mean, did you have any idea what to expect?
Oh, I kind of knew what to expect. Growing up, you hear lots of things, and...
You watch the animals?
No.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but, and, but that, sex was never a... Oh, man, it is so out in the open now that it's disgusting. And I appreciate them keeping it a little more sacred, and my mother talked to me once about my period, that, I would soon be having a period, and to come to her, which I did, and she showed me how to take care of things. But about going into marriage, no. Just do what comes naturally.
Fall asleep. Well, that's good. That's good. So Dad was your knight in shining armor?
Yeah, yeah.
You've always
And I was,
you've always been good about bolstering him. To me, I
Yeah.
mean, I've always appreciated
good
that about
man.
you.
that's a good man. And I was a good, clean girl and done what I was supposed to do. And, you know,
Uh,
he's my one and only.